And what's going on, guys? Standard Gauge Radio coming alive here in my room. And also wanted to talk to you guys about a few things about what happened earlier today. Um, Earlier today, I was at my school taking my math test, and I finally passed it on the third try. It was like my math was all about the x and the y value in the coordinate plane, and I finally passed it with a 95%. So I was like, bang, let's go! That's how excited I was. And then I got home like around 10 o'clock this morning, and didn't have to wait too long for me to hear a train. I only had to wait about an hour. And at 11:15, the C&M northbound showed up. I'll never forget that the Winchester and Western C&M northbound showed up, because the C&M southbound was at 8:45 a.m. this morning. I'm like, man, they're early today. So the C&M northbound shows up at 11:15, and I took my bike down over to, I took my bike down to Fairton Road Crossing, the local crossing near me. And so here's the deal. When I arrived, the train was coming around the bend, right? And as the train was coming around the bend, the ditch lights were out on the leader. I was like, what's the name of that? I was like, where are the ditch lights at? So here's the deal. Like, as the train was approaching closer to me, I was pointing at the ditch lights, and I was like this. And then Mr. Z turned them back on, because he turned them on because he forgot to turn them on in the first place. I was like, what? So I had to do this once again. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. So that's what I did to get the engineer to turn the ditch lights on. And I wish I had a camera to record that, but hey, gotta wait till I get a new camera or phone, one or both. The power for today's trains, like I'm going to list them from south to north. The C&M southbound had GP9 520 in the lead with a killer RS5T, and I heard that all the way from my school. GP10M 576 was in the second trailing slot, and GP10 732 trailed. Then coming back north, we had GP10 732 in the lead with a killer RS5T. GP10M 576 was in the second trailing slot, and GP9 520 trailed. I don't know how many courses C&M southbound they had, because again, I missed it while I was testing. It was worth it to miss, though, because of me taking my math test and passing. And then the C&M northbound had 40 cars coming back north, and then yesterday we had a 45 car Constance coming north. So that's pretty much it on that. And then I'm probably going to be missing the C&M southbound again tomorrow, because I got to take my final English and my final social studies for the year. And by the way, the math test that I took was my last one I was going to be taking for the year, which is awesome. And then I'm on my final English and my final social studies here. Let me get it so I can show you guys. Alright, so I just grabbed my English and social studies paces. Like here, I'm going to show them to you. See, that's the cover for my English. And then this is the cover for my social studies. Here, I'm going to show it this way. And then I'm going to show it this way. Oh, come on. And then I'm going to read what the goals are about. Alright. And then my goals on my English page are to learn about the purpose and the style of a newspaper article, to learn to write newspaper articles, to learn the form and purpose of social letters, to learn the form and purpose of business letters, to learn to write a letter of appreciation, and to learn to be confident, having assurance that whatever I say or do will benefit me and others. And the scripture that follows along with that is Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ which strengtheneth me, and that's in King James Version, because all scriptures in these pages are King James Version. And then in my social studies, I'm learning about the international arena during the Cold War, the Organization of the United Nations, A World Divided, Defending Freedom in Europe, the Korean conflict, the communist infiltration in the United States, the Cuban crisis, the Vietnam War, the domestic scene, space exploration, civil rights movement, and the political turmoil, the reform and respectability, renewal of hope, the end of the Cold War, the Operation Desert Storm, and one century ends, another begins, political events, foreign military operations in the 21st century, to learn to be consistent, not wavering from God's principles. And then my scripture for this is, therefore, my beloved brethren, be ye steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord, forasmuch as ye know that your labor is not in vain in the Lord. That is 1 Corinthians chapter 15, verse 58. And I'm taking tests in both of those tomorrow. So, I just wanted to give you guys a little rundown of what I've been doing for the last couple of days. Oh my goodness. Been a long day today. I've been up since 5:30 this morning. Yeah, I know that's early. Normally I get up like around 4:30 on testing days. So, not like that's important. Alright guys, I just wanted to give you guys a little rundown of what's been going on, especially today. Yep, that's pretty much it. Alright guys, this is Standard Gauge Railroader signing off for now. And God bless you guys. Standard Gauge Railroader out.